Hey Taurus, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot and welcome to the Treehouse today for your mid-July reading. We're going to get right into it, asking the cards, what does Taurus need to know for mid-July 2023? And we're going to have a conversation with the cards, which means we're going to wait for the ones that want to talk to us just to fly out on their own. We don't force anything. If you've seen me before, this is kind of how I like to do things. And if you are new to this channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you and any of my regulars. So just know that. If you'd like for me to pray for you, say hi in the comments section. I have something then to focus the energy in on, whether you want to say what you want prayers about, or if you just want to send me like a poop emoji, that's fine. All right, you guys, all the cards have been pre-shuffled with you in mind. We're going to, let's get the, just the gist. What does Taurus need to know mid-July, and then we'll unpack it. What does Taurus need to know? First card out is Six of Pentacles. This talks about reciprocity. It talks about equal give and take and generosity, receiving it as well as giving it. So let's see where this tarot reading is going to lead us. We have Libra energy out here with the Justice card. Major messages with major arcana. We've got the Fool following it. The Nine of Swords, and we've got the Knight of Swords. Communication coming through. Somebody, possibly an air sign, an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini might be coming forward in July going into August. But let's start here. So this is kind of about equality, something fair, like a fair outcome coming forward, and a brand new start. Now there's some anxiety here, just ruminating, overthinking, possibly letting the hamster run in its wheel, you know, in our minds, probably keeping you up at night sometimes. And it's kind of what if, a lot of what if energy. If any of you guys are going through legalities, like if you're about to sign contracts or any of that, do it definitely before Mercury goes into retrograde. But also, it looks like it's going to work out really well for you because we do have Justice right here. And so that always means that things are karmically working out for you. They're also legally going to work, contractually going to work out for you. So I hope you have some relief with that. So it's about balance. We have two big, huge balancing cards here with the Six of Pentacles and the Justice card. Balance is really key to the rest of your month. And if you don't get it, you're going to start fresh anyway. So you're going to be focused on that, starting fresh. Whether this is a relationship reading or a career reading, it's not clear yet, but it is definitely the energy that is prominent. The really interesting card that I'd like to unpack among the others is the Knight of Swords, because that is a person coming through, possibly that air sign, regardless of what sign they are. They're smart, but they're fixated on something they want to communicate to you about. They could be blunt or outspoken. So let's get some clarity here. So why are we getting the Six of Pentacles for my Taurus? Why are we getting the Six of Pentacles? It's the King of Swords. Yeah. So again, we have air sign energy. The swords represent air. And this is somebody who's experienced, they're wise. They might be great for advice, but they also can be, again, very blunt. And I think that you can respect this. I mean, I think that Taurus and a lot of earth signs, they can admire that when you can take away the fluff and just get to the point, you know? But this is somebody who is also very fair. So if it's not you, Taurus, who is embracing the attributes of the King of Swords, experienced, wise, very fair, rational, very practical, logical, you know, then it is somebody who's in your midst. And it feels like things are going to balance out. This feels like a very positive reading in the sense that justice is going to be served. Sorry for the loud engine in the background. Justice card, speaking of justice. Clarity on Justice card for my Taurus, please. It seems like you guys have been going through something and you're going to, and Queen of Swords, you guys, you have like the whole court. We've got the Knight, the King, the Queen. Either you're surrounded by air signs or you're surrounded by truth, honesty, and communication. Regardless of which, it looks like it's very clearly going to have a positive outcome for you. If you've been kind of letting that hamster run in its wheel, wondering what if things don't work out, they're going to work out just fine. But it's going to take a lot of communication and very clear outlines, just very honest in communication. What's this Fool? The Devil. Interesting. Another major arcana right in the center of your reading. Oh, I think I know what this is. Tell me more about the Devil. Knight of Wands. Okay, so there might be another person in your midst who's like, we can have a new start. We can always have a new start. You're always coming forward like, what if? This is attached to, it could be, for a lot of you guys, this is kind of honing in on an individual who it hasn't worked out in the past, and there's a cycle involved where it's like, it's the charisma, the confidence of this character coming forward that entrances you into a new start each time, and it is distracting and it goes nowhere. It's sexy. And even if this is not a romantic reading, I'm trying to interpret for both romantic and career, but there's just a very general feeling right now about your life. And it's about honesty, blunt, practical, logical-minded people versus confidence, glimmer, glam, shiny. You know what I'm talking about? Like, they're like the bait that just reels you in every time. And each time you're like, man, I'm a sucker fish. You know, they caught me again. So in the center of your reading, there's that energy, but it's sandwiched with very practical, real energy. It's literally all swords, which means communication, epiphany, clarity, and all of the balance cards, the justice cards, okay? So I hope that's resonating because it's hitting home for me, and I'm not even a Taurus. So Nine of Swords, anything we need to know about that anxiety or the overthinking that happens for you? Six of Wands, you're having victory over that, boo. It's going to be okay. You're going to have victory over that. So you're getting over it. I think you're seeing through the clouds. You're seeing a lot of clarity coming forward in July and August. Who's this Knight of Swords? This is another person. They're very different than the Knight of Wands, the one you keep getting into a cycle with. Hierophant, Taurus energy. This is also commitment, structure, tradition, foundation of beliefs, shared beliefs, and a structure around the beliefs. That's why it rules over marriage. It rules over institutions. You can all share a belief system. It could be like, we love to eat mac and cheese on Wednesdays. And if you agree on that and you've got a group of people, there you go. That's Hierophant energy. And every Wednesday you guys get together and have mac and cheese. Cool, call it church. It's the same thing, okay? Not the same thing as church, but with all due respect. Temperance, another major, major message arcana right on top of that. This is transformation. You guys, you have two people in your life in July going into August. You've got one who's very sexy, glimmer glam, shiny on the outside, but you know what? You know where it's going. It's always this cycle. And whether or not it's happened with you, if you look at their track record, it's been going on for a long time. They start and stop, start and stop. It's a cycle, 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 and it's not benefiting anybody, okay? Then you have this other energy that is transformative. It's like, oh my gosh, this was me all along. Me. Hierophant card is ruled by Taurus. And transformation, but it's all about balance too. You know, and I've used this metaphor before, but it's so good, I have to use it again. It's like chrysalis, that transformation from a caterpillar into a butterfly. In the cocoon, when they are transforming, they turn into goo. They literally break down into goo. They are unrecognizable. And in that form, it is one of the most important forms that exists in their life, right? Because it's the transformative, it's the bridge into the butterfly, but they're so vulnerable. So keep in mind, in order to make this transformation to landing on this, possibly literally, but coming around to find your person, this Knight of Swords, whether it's in business or if it's in romantically, this is your person. Person that is, they do what they say what they do, you can trust them. They are practical minded and they're smart and they might be up here a lot, you know, they're not so much in here. They are, yeah, we could go on and on with that, but you have to consider balance. And so you can make that transformation. Really cool message. I adore you guys. I hope it was helpful. Please hit that like button if it was, and I'll talk to you soon.